Today, we are reporting on the 5th annual Walk, Talk, and Roll event that recently happened at Ohio University. This event was a collaboration between the Ohio University Division of Diversity and Inclusion, the Commission on Disabilities, the City of Athens, the City Council, Echoing Connections, and SecCar to raise awareness of the need for accessible sidewalks and crosswalks in Uptown Athens. The event started at 11:30 a.m. at Passion Works Studio and involved a walking tour of Uptown Athens. Along the way, participants were able to see firsthand the many accessibility challenges that people with disabilities face in this area. For example, many sidewalks are uneven and cracked, and several crosswalks need curb ramps. After the walking tour, participants gathered at Howard Park for a short program and refreshments. Speakers at the program included Davey McNelly, Chair of the Athens City Commission on Disabilities, and Rob Delach, Assistant Director of the Graduate CRM Operations. Both speakers spoke on the importance of making Uptown Athens more accessible for people with disabilities.
We have to promote diversity. It can't just be people with disabilities. It has to be people from all diverse walks of life, all getting together, bonding together, and making change. We have a number of speakers today from the city council, the business community, and the disability commission, and the disability community. First, I'd like to introduce Chris Knisley, Athens City Council President. There's Chris.
And so we passed the legislation that helps make that possible, and we have ideas from people. And the idea that former council member Arian Smedley had was to look at accessibility issues, and she was really the driving force behind City Council enacting some initial legislation. From that, there was a committee that was appointed to work on accessibility, and those people worked very hard for over a year, and Rob Delach mentioned earlier the report that's available. So we have Diane Bouvier, Rob Delach, Stephanie Hunter, Ryan Neal, and Mayor Steve Patterson and Solveig Spjelness, our other council member, to thank for their long hours of working on that report. And from that has come, we hope, a committee that will be working on the implementation of that report. The other part of how City Council supports this comes from working with the city administration. And you'll hear from somebody, our Service Safety Director, Andy Stone, in a few minutes, who will detail some of those projects. But I will mention, just in summary, that over the past 2 decades, the city has built 71,000 linear feet of sidewalk. That's over 13.5 miles. And they've installed and repaired over 300 curb ramps. We know we have more to go, but I just want to thank the city administration because they've done a lot to help us. Thank you.
I'm Andy Stone. I'm the Service Safety Director for the City of Athens. I'm responsible for police, fire protection, engineering and public works, code enforcement, arts, parks, and recreation. Some of the work that my departments are doing to improve accessibility around the city includes streetscape improvements, improvements to crossings at the various streets in both the central business district and around the city, to have accessible ramps, better signalization to allow folks to better and more safely cross, sidewalk condition and improvements for sidewalks, as well as some of our historic streets, make them into a more accessible manner for various crosswalks and different points. Additionally, a lot of the public buildings, when we do building improvements, we attempt to take inaccessible areas and whether it be modification of doors, installation of elevators, vision impaired features to be able to help folks navigate the public buildings. That's something also that my staff is doing.
Just a quick one, what informs these changes or developments? Do you talk to the community of people with disabilities, or is just a plan that you have within the city municipality just to make everybody have accessible spaces?
Sure, there's a couple different things that inform it. Number one, there are laws. The Americans with Disabilities Act, first of all, is probably the most significant federal law. Additionally, a lot of funding that comes from both the state and federal government to do improvements has requirements that you attempt to achieve, whether that be the grade of a crossing or a cross slope, the way that ramps are to be constructed. So those inform things. But as far as where we target our efforts, there's not an endless supply of money. So we try to prioritize areas that are in the most need first. And so we have a very active Disabilities Commission, which is an official commission constituted by the city code, and they will do work to prioritize where money should be spent, mainly based upon where the users really have the biggest need. And so we take that input and we use that to kind of prioritize our plans, and then those laws and those design standards are what inform the way that the construction actually happens.
I'm Jessica. I'm a Goodwill Activity Specialist. I am bringing my individuals to the outing for speaking out in the community to help with getting involved in making Athens accessible to individuals with wheelchairs.
Okay. Sarah Doherty.
There's not very many places that is wheelchair accessible or handicap accessible. So we are out here to speak out about it.
Hi, I'm Sarah Doherty, D-O-H-E-R-T-Y, she, her pronouns. I'm the Assistant Director of the LGBT Center at Ohio University, the Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, Transgender Center at Ohio University. I'm also a member of the Ad Hoc Committee on Pedestrian Accessibility in the city of Athens, Ohio. And today we had our annual Walk, Talk, and Roll event in Athens, where folks have an opportunity to see firsthand what it's like to traverse the sidewalks of Athens while disabled, and experiencing both good access where the city has made improvements or where the design is good, and also challenges where we have some work to do. And this event was the gathering in the park was the culmination of that effort, which started earlier this morning, where we heard from folks in the business community, in the local city government, in some of the groups that are working on making it possible for Athens to be more accessible and inclusive. And I was the MC, and I was here to both highlight and introduce people, and also make the connections between broader work towards liberation in fighting anti-blackness, colonialism, homophobia, heterosexism, transphobia, cissexism, sexism, colonization, racism, and our work for greater accessibility and dealing with ableism. So that is what we did today.
Hi, I'm Davey McNelly. I'm the chair of the Athens City Commission on Disabilities, and we do this event every year to point out all the accessibility challenges that people face with disabilities, but we also talk about the solutions for fixing those things. So we hope we've done that today, and we're really excited about the upcoming streetscaping and sidewalk project that's going to happen next summer. That's going to happen soon, and I think it's going to be able to make so many more buildings and businesses more accessible.
The Walk, Talk, and Roll event was a great success. It raised awareness of the need for accessible sidewalks and crosswalks in uptown Athens and brought together a community committed to making this happen. We hope that this event will inspire others to get involved in the fight for accessibility, and we encourage you to learn more about the Athens City Commission on Disabilities and the work that they are doing. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this video informative. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one.